Good morning, children. Welcome back to the session. In the previous session, we learnt about the second unit, rain and rivers. So this unit consists of part 1 as rain and part 2 as rivers. We tried to understand about rain and the mechanism of rainfall. The important terminology involved in the mechanism of rainfall, like water vapor, evaporation, condensation, precipitation, humidity, these terms were explained in the previous session. There is a connectivity between rain and the rivers. When it rains, what happens to the water that fall on the earth? You might have seen a heavy rainfall, a heavy downpour. What happens to the water which falls on the earth? This water which gets collected turns into small streams and join into a big river. Does all the water which falls on the earth joins into the river? No. Some water gets percolated into the soil, and what happens to that water which percolated into the soil we will see in the next chapter under the underground water. Now we shall learn about the water which flows on the surface of this land. They generally take small streams. They happen to be small streams, and these small streams form as a channels on the slopes of the mountains, and they join into the big river. These channels which got cut on the mountain slopes dry up after some time. When it rains again, the water flows through these channels which were already cut and creates the river valleys. And these small streams, these small streams join into a big river in its course as many tributaries join. So the source of many rivers begin as a small stream on the mountain slopes, and in its course becomes bigger and broader. Many small streams which join the river are called as tributaries. We have many rivers: River Godavari, River Krishna, River Kaveri, Ganga, Brahmaputra. These all rivers are the bigger rivers, and they have many tributaries even. The small rivers, we call them, are the small streams which join this big river, are called as tributaries. These tributaries fed by the rainfall. If there is a heavy rainfall, they bring the water. If there is no rainfall, they dry up even. So this river turns very bigger during the rainy season, and it becomes a small stream once they dry up, feeding the channels. So you might have seen a river bed. Let us imagine this as a river bed, children. This is a river. So when it rains heavily, you find water of this river occupying this entire bed region. This entire bed region. This is a river bank. River bank, which is higher than the river bed. Okay. And this is the water level during the full course of the river. But during the summer season, during the dry season, it shrinks. The river course shrinks and becomes narrow, and it flows only in this part, and remaining part is completely covered with sand and gravel. This region, which is covered with sand and gravel during the dry season, is called as flood plain. Flood plain. This region is completely treeless. No plants are grown here. The reason behind Why it doesn't contain any vegetation is, during the rainy season when the river flows to its full extent again, it brings away sand and gravel, and it doesn't allow for the growth of permanent vegetation in this region. The treeless area which is covered with sand and gravel is called as floodplain. All the rivers have their floodplain. River Godavari has its floodplain, River Krishna has its floodplain, River Ganga, Brahmaputra, and all the major rivers flowing across the country have their floodplains. So these floodplains, when they get filled up and they flow over their bank, then that leads to the floods. One or the other part of the country always suffer with floods. You might have heard about floods occurred over the river Ganga, Godavari, Krishna. These floodplain regions often suffer with floods even. So we shall learn about these areas which get suffered because of floods and how to manage during the times of floods. And one more thing, children, the speed of the water in the river gets slowed down once it reaches to the place where it joins into the sea. A river joins into a sea. At the mouth of the sea, when the speed of the water gets decreased, all the silt and the gravel, whatever is brought by the river, okay, gets lost in the bed, and as a result of that, a triangle shaped landmass gets developed here. Let us imagine this as a course of the river. Okay, this as a course, this as a course. Now, after this is a sea, once it comes to this position, it keeps on cutting into channels. So this is a landmass which I am talking about. The triangle shaped land which got formed at the mouth of the sea where the river joins into the sea are called as deltas. These deltas are often possess fertile land and even water facility throughout the year. There are deltas formed at the mouth of Ganga, Godavari, Krishna, and even Kaveri, which are very prosperous for agricultural production. These deltas help in protecting the river from the floodplain, and they also help in the agricultural production of the country. So here in today's class, we learnt about the rivers, about the floodplain, about the tributaries, and even about the floods a little. So prepare a summary of this, what you have learned, and present it in the office. Thank you, children.